From Maplewood Field at Malden Catholic High School, Malden, Mass. This is Lexington Blue Sox baseball on the Blue Sox Baseball Network. Tonight, it's the Blue Sox with a record of 7-8, 14 points, fourth in the ICL, taking on the Andre Chiefs with a record of 13-5, 26 points, second in the ICL in the final regular season meeting between these two longtime arch rivals. Good evening, everybody. Sam Feely here with you, ready to bring you the play-by-play story. It has been all Chiefs in this season series since the 20-3 blowout win by the Blue Sox over the Chiefs. Chiefs have won 3 straight, a series that has favored historically the Blue Sox, but the Chiefs jockeying for the top overall seed in the ICL playoffs. They're even in the win column with the Sabretooth Expos, but the Expos have 2 games in hand in the loss column. They're at 13-3 entering play tonight. The Chiefs at 13-5. The Blue Sox, stuck in neutral for much of the season, and trying to shake off another Chiefs come from behind win in the Blue Sox last game last Thursday night. Chiefs were scheduled to play the Americans at Morelli Sunday afternoon. That, of course, got washed out. So here we are back in action, final regular season meeting between these two teams. But will they meet each other again in the postseason at any juncture? Ernie Little will lead it off against the longtime Chiefs great lefty, Tim Dunphy. First pitch, 8:05. Sammy Steed says that's strike one. We're underway. Ernie Little getting the start at second base tonight. He'll be followed by V. Desai at short and Julian Alvarez in right, fielded at first and winning the race to the bag for the first out of the ball game. Not an easy thing to do against Ernie Little. 3 unassisted for Andrew Caulfield over there at first. So 1 up, 1 down. And here is V. Desai. Lefty against lefty, and Dunphy gets strike one in there. Desai playing in his third game with the Blue Sox. He is 2 for 6 with a walk and 2 runs scored. Oh, and 2 the count to Desai. Dunphy got his 60th career win with the Chiefs earlier this season. Down and away, Desai goes and gets it fielded by Caulfield, who tries to underhand it to Dunphy. It airmails him, and Desai's going to end up on second. Should be a single and an E3. Play was slowly developing. I think Desai would have had first base, but gets to second on the E3. So runner in scoring position for Julian Alvarez with 1 out here on the top of the first. Despite the Blue Sox, back and forth, up and down season, whatever you want, he has been a constant. He has been a terror at the plate this season. Yeah, I've got my book, yeah. Doing double duty tonight, keeping the book for the Blue Sox as well as man in the stream and doing play-by-play. Bruce, hope all is well. And hopefully we'll see you back at LHS tomorrow night. Jules takes outside for ball 1. Going to say Alvarez a tear at the plate this year. Plus an OPS of 1368 with 5 homers. Blue Sox franchise record since 2006, and 17 RBIs. Fielded at third, strong throw on to first. Alvarez almost beat it out, but he is retired. And with the ground ball going to the left side, no chance there for Desai to get to third. So 2 down as Hector Palat from doing his best Jorge Alfaro impression with his look today. Throws him out 5-3. 0-1 now the count to Austin Maisel. So Aquaman throws out King Julian. And Maisel behind 0-1. Maisel entering play, 400 average 964 OPS, 2 doubles, 1 triple, and 6 ribbies. Maisel pops this one up to the left side, foul, and out of play for a strike. One more thought about Alvarez and him being the main constant for the Blue Sox this season. He's got 17 RBIs. Craig Corliss is second on the team with 7, and it's not like we're going to see him in a Blue Sox uniform the rest of the year with him being in the MLB Draft League. Maisel, third on the team, now second on the active team with 6, as he takes down away for ball 1. So that's a pretty wide margin there between first and second on the Blue Sox roster. Pat Casserly and Andrew Salima, who are both in the lineup tonight for the Blue Sox, as well as Jake Elberry, each have 5. Dunphy delivers. A little nubber at the plate, and it's foul. Jenna, could you just do me a favor? Could you go to the camera, just brighten the iris a little bit? Yeah, I haven't asked you to disregard. I'll just do it between innings. I'm sorry. Swing and a miss. Dunphy has never been a hard thrower throughout his career, but he's been so good for so long, he can make hitters look foolish on pitches like those. Side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. Half an inning in the books. Blue Sox nothing. Chiefs coming up. Thanks. Sometimes you don't realize how terrible your hairline is until you see it on a live camera like I just did walking back to my spot. But anyways, bottom of the first, Steve Banks going to take the mound for the Blue Sox tonight. And, talk about Alvarez being, a sign of a mark of consistency for the Blue Sox offense. Bangs would be just that for the Blue Sox pitching staff. The only Blue Sox pitcher of the season with multiple wins, 3-0 at a 1.54 ERA. Got the win in that blowout game against the Chiefs on June 15th, going 2 innings, allowing 3 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Pitched 4 innings, allowing 3 hits and 2 unearned runs with 2 walks and 7 strikeouts in his last appearance against the Malden Mad Dogs on July 7th. Juan Parra to lead things off here in the bottom of the first. He was 1 for 5 in the Chiefs' comeback win last time out. Singleton scored a run in that first inning. Juan Parra leading off in right field to be followed by Miles Reed at second. Teddy Juba is the DH. Andrew Caulfield is at first. Ryan Noon is behind the plate. Hector Palat, as that's fouled off for strike 2, is at third. Joe Bova is in left. Nate Witkowski is at short, and Nick Valdario rounds out the lineup in center. We'll give you the full Blue Sox batting order as well as Tim Dunphy's season stats at the before we get to the top of the second, as that swung on and missed by Parra, ricochets right to the catcher, and he tried to throw him out at first, but Parra reaches. Joe Auger ricocheted right to him. He fielded it bare hand, but the throw was wide of first, and despite Salima's efforts to get back to the bag in time, Parra's going to reach. Strikeout, wild pitch, and Parra and his speed aboard, and Rick D'Angelo's coming over here to talk to Sammy Steed, and I think Sammy, I think Parra might not have touched first. I thought he, from here it kind of looked like that. Well, I feel like at this point, if he had seen he kind of like missed first, running through the bag, it would have called him out by now. But as it stands, Parra at first, and Auger will bluff the throw to first. And it's ball 1 to Reed. And a great defensive game last time out, and also walked and scored run was 0 for 3 actually with a stolen base and a run scored. So Spida ahead 2-0. Batting .389 on the season with .907 OPS, 8 ribbies, and 2 steals and 2 attempts. Parra, a speedster, but only 3 steals this season. But Reed is ahead, 3-0 for Teddy Juba. On deck, 3-1. On the outside corner, and from 3-0 to 3-2. Let's see if Banks can come all the way back, or Reed will get on. See if Parra tries to run here. He does. It's grounded to the right side, and it gets through for a base hit. Parra's on his way to third, and that's what the hit and run can do for you. Opens up the right side as the second baseman has to go cover the bag in case of a throw to second, and instead of leaves that side wide open, and it is first and third with nobody out for Teddy Juba. Hey, Meredith. Hey, TJ. How you doing? Down and in for ball 1. Teddy, .512 average, .604 on base percentage, .634 slugging percentage, good for a .1238 OPS, 21 hits, 2 doubles, 1 homer, 12 ribbies, and 10 walks to just 5 strikeouts. It just doesn't seem fair. Just missed inside. I was telling Teddy the other day, I wish I had half the patience in life that you do at the plate. Reed is on his way to second, throw into second, not in time. Reed's got the steal. 2 runners in scoring position. Good bid by Auger, but throw came in a little short. 2-2 is the count. With two runners in scoring position. Third baseman Eric LeBreau is in. This is grounded to the right side. That'll get the run home. Salima will tag the bag at first. In to score is Parra. Get him on, get him over, get him in, right? It's 1-0. Reed to third. God, just such great execution on these plays by the Chiefs right now. I mean, Teddy's a lefty anyway. So a grounder you kind of expect to go that way, but gets a job done, and that's possible because of Reed, the righty, going the other way on the hit and run with Parra. So 1-0 our score. Chiefs on top, and a runner at third for Andrew Caulfield, who grounds this one up the middle for a base hit, and it's 2-0 as in to score is Reed. Two nothing as Caulfield tacks on his 25th ribby of the season. And now a pitch to the backstop, and Caulfield will get there easily. Ryan Noon ahead, 1-0 in the count. Caulfield entering play as his 25th RBI to go with 3 home runs and 6 doubles for a .321 average and a .959 OPS. OBP of only .369. It seems a little low for, someone talented offensively as Caulfield. 2-0 now the count to the catcher, Ryan Noon. In the dirt, and that gets to the backstop. Dirt, not exactly, but that is the third wild pitch of the inning for Bangs. The wild pitch that allowed Parra to reach on strike 3. And now 2 in this at-bat. Bangs only had 1 wild pitch all year entering play tonight, and only 1 hit batsman, but those were both in his last appearance against the Mad Dogs on the 7th. You don't want to fear that maybe he's unraveling now. So that's on the outside corner for strike 1 to make it 3-1. Mentioned the Blue Sox lost the last 3 of the season against the Chiefs after the 20-3 win, and that is ball 4. So first and third, still only 1 out in the inning. Noon picks up the walk. Here is Aquaman, Hector Palat, third baseman for the Chiefs. In there for strike 1. I mean, sometimes it can take a while for a pitcher to get going, but you don't want to fall behind early against an offense like the Chiefs and a pitcher like Dunphy, as Palat swings and misses for strike 2. Blue Sox, since 2006, lead the head-to-head series against the Chiefs 41-28-4. And the 3 straight wins that the Chiefs have against the Blue Sox, the only longer winning streak they have against the Blue Sox is 8 straight from 2006 to 2007. From 0-2 to 2-2 for Palat. Three and two. Palat is actually making his Chiefs debut here tonight. Foul that last one off. Also needed to give you noon stats on the season. Entering play with a 938 OPS and 10 ribbies and 4 doubles. Walking through his 6th of the season. And Palat comes up empty for strike 3, 2 down. So we'll see what Joe Bova can do with runners at the corners and 2 out. You can see the haze and the clouds in the background there. 82 degrees right now here in Malden as that is upstairs for ball 1. Bova getting the start in left field tonight for the Chiefs, playing his 9th game of the season. Has a 1077 OPS and 24 at-bats. 2 doubles, 6 homers. That bounces off the fence. Too close for Caulfield to make a break for third. But Noon gets to second. 4 wild pitches in 1 inning. So 2 runners now in scoring positions. That's in for a strike. Another walk. The bases are loaded. Two walks, 4 wild pitches. Nate Witkowski, 8th hitter of the inning for the Chiefs, holds up, but it is strike 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Nate batting 146 this season with 6 RBIs and 7 walks, but 17 strikeouts, which is a team high. Valdario, who's due up next, is second on the team with 15, and now it's 2-2. Foul tip into the mitt of Joe Auger for strike 3, and the side is retired. The Chiefs take the lead with 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left. Boy, that could have been an absolute disaster for the Blue Sox, and yet they're only down 2 after 1. So count your blessings, I guess. You're not going home already, are you?
No, I'm going to put this
Patience. He's not going to pull a bite. Let him hang.
All right, so as promised, here's the full Blue Sox batting order. Ernie Little at second, V. Desai at short, Julian Alvarez in right, Austin Maisel in center, Pat Casterly in left, Eric LeBreau at third, Joe Auger behind the plate, Brian Acosta is the extra hitter, Andrew Salima is at first, and Nick Salitro rounds out the lineup as the DH. And as promised, here is Tim Dunphy's 2023 numbers. Team leader in wins with 3. 3.19 ERA. He's 3-2. 3.19 ERA in 26 and third innings. Allowed 33 hits, 23 runs, only 12 of which are earned. Walked 6 and struck out 11. This is his first appearance against the Blue Sox this season. 3 of his 6 appearances this season have been against the Melrose Americans. 2 have been against the Malden Mad Dogs, and 1 against the Sabertooth Expos. So here is Pat Casserly to lead things off in the top of the second, and that'll be low for ball 1. Casserly, LeBreau, and Auger due up here in the top of the second as the Blue Sox able to avoid letting the dam burst in the bottom of the first. It's fouled off for strike 1, only down 2-0 here, and would like to stay no further behind than that and give themselves a chance, right? Casserly with that sharp 1-7 curveball of Dunphy's down low for a ball, and then grounded to the left side for Palat. High throw, but Caulfield comes back down the bag for out number 1. Casserly, before that plate appearance, was entering play with a 434 OPS, is only 3 for 27 with a double, but has 5 walks to his name. There must have been a late change to the line because this is Joe Auger batting right now as opposed to Eric LeBreau. Or, oh, you know what happened? I think they flip-flopped. Okay, so that's what happened, though. And maybe that's my own fault. This is actually Joe Auger batting right now as opposed, and Eric LeBreau would be on deck. It's a late change. 1-2 now on Auger. Bounce at the plate and to the fence for a ball. Auger, 154 hitter, but with 4 walks, because on base percentage up to 389. Two and 2 the count. Into right center for a base hit. Spida not going to leap that high. 1 out single for Joe Auger. And here is Eric LeBreau. LeBreau making his Blue Sox debut tonight here at third base. Grounds this one to short. Witkowski underhands to second for 1. On to first for a 6-4-3 double play, and the side is retired. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left for the Blue Sox. And after a buck and a half, still 2-0 Chiefs.
It's a big team. Yeah, Grover played definitely record there is to have in Salem State. Hopefully, he plays Salem State. What's up, Sam? I think the other I recognize someone from playing against him throughout the Bucks baseball league, 28 and 30, and then move it on. But
What's that?
They need guys back. So. He plays against Sam on the Red Sox.
Oh, he was a 38.
38. Yeah, he's frozen 38. No, same league as the Tigers shoot out there.
Oh, that's a 38.
Yeah. Same league playing. I play against him. Stevie.
We go to the bottom of the second. Nick Valdario to lead things off for the Chiefs. Take strike one. Steve Bangs back out there for his second inning of work. Hope he's settled down after that rough start. Had 0-1, but now it's even 1-1 to the Chiefs center fielder. Valdario, OPS of 652 on the season. 13 hits and 48 at-bats. Comes up empty there. 1-2 the count. It's Valdario, and then back to the top of the order with Parra and Reed. Parra and Reed reached in the first on of the last Blue Sox Chiefs game. Scored the first 2 runs of the game. Did that here as well. 2-0 Chiefs. Pop foul into the screen. Remains 2-2. It's an imperative shutdown inning here for Bangs. It's a full count now. Blue Sox cannot afford to fall further behind in this game or in the standings. Popped up on the infield. Salima coming over and makes the catch for out number 1. Leadoff man retired. That's key. But now the leadoff man in the batting order comes up. It's Parra. Struck out on a 3-2 pitch, but reached as the ball went to the backstop on strike 3. They swung and missed on. Reese then came around to score the game's first run last inning. Down and away for ball 1. You know, if you're Auger, you can afford to let something like that just go and not try to wear yourself out or anything. Parra up the middle, and Bangs takes a tumble on the mound. It's a base hit. So Parra reaches for the second time. Parra was 1 for 5 the other night. But he's picked up his second base hit here. It was his first base hit here. He was on base for the second time. So he's aboard for Reed. Take strike 1. Reed with a single the other way on a hit and run. That got Parra to third. And he came around to score himself. They're stealing second. Throw back to first. No tag on Parra as he gets back. Teddy Jube on deck. Can Bangs get the double play he wanted? An appeal, and he did not go around. Parra moved to first near the infield, saying runner. Just glad Bangs Didn't commit a balk there. Gets a strike. 1-2 now the count. To Reed. You know, the Blue Sox have faced adversity this season. They have, they take a tough loss. They're able to dust themselves off and get back to it as that's a foul ball. Get back in the win column the next game. The challenge this season has been, keeping the momentum going for consecutive games. Foul ball down the third base line again. That was ticketed for extra bases and possibly Parra scoring. Blue Sox haven't won more than 2 in a row at all this season. Longest losing streak is 3 when they lost 3 in a row from June 19th to 22nd against the Chiefs, Expos, and Americans. Stuck in neutral for a while here. Last winning streak was winning back-to-back games against the Americans and Bulldogs on the 25th and 26th of June. They have alternated wins and losses in their last 4. To the left side, bobbled at third. They'll go to second for the force. Anyways, to first. They did get Parra. Good job by LeBreau to recognize he had time to get the lead runner. So Reed reaches on the 5-4 fielder's choice. Parra is retired. And now it's 2 down for Thaddeus. Outside for ball 1. Juba with an RBI ground out his first time up. Reed had a steal his last time on base. Will he run again here? He does not go. Throw back to first. It skips, and Salima able to keep it close, prevent it from going up the line. But definitely not a pitch that Juba will be tempted to take a hack at. So it's 2-0 hitters count here for Teddy Juba. 0 for 1. That RBI ground out. Fouls it over towards the Blue Sox dugout for strike 1, 2-1. Pitch count certainly elevated because of that first inning with a couple of walks and 4 wild pitches. Runner goes, pitches a strike, throw down to second, and it goes into center field, but no further advance by Reed as he picks up his second steal of the game. Maybe more critically in this juncture, 2-2 the count to Juba. So Bangs, as good as a hitter as Teddy has always been. You just need to worry about getting him. Don't worry about Reed. Just get your batter and get out of this inning, get back in the dugout. Outside for a full count, 3-2. And even though you got the righty Caulfield on deck for the righty-righty matchup, I mean, that's no easy task either, of course. 3-2. Outside for ball 4. And Teddy takes his walk. So first and second, 2 out. And it's Caulfield. RBI single, his first time up. Got to second and third on wild pitches. Pops this one up on the infield. Who's going to get it? The second baseman earning little for the out that retires aside. So, still a tough inning, but significantly easier than the first, I'd say. We're through 2 complete, and it is still 2-0 Chiefs.
It wasn't bad. It just took me right up to 93. Well, this is what you want to hear. What happened? I was also. You want to hear what happened?
Yeah,
So Zoe comes down. And I did.
Hey, Sammy, I'm going to play in the 45s, all right? What? I'm going to play in the 45s, is that all right?
No. Hey, we got to recruit, kid. We got to recruit.
Sammy, teammates again.
5 minutes later, she comes downstairs and deflating air mattress. And I was like, I'm trying to sleep. I was the last one to get up, too. Remember the last one to sleep. Last one to sleep. Last one, I think Carly. Dude, Carly was out for 3 Carly? She was banged up. I've never seen her. Yeah, I've never seen her. She fell asleep the doors on the porch. She was sitting in Josh's cooler. Yes. Carly. It was so fun. Back on it. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it again. That's amazing. You got it right at the right time. That was such a good video of Josh like getting them out. Give me a hand. Definitely. And we're out. And you're out.
We go to the top of the third. It'll be Brian Acosta, Andrew Salima, and Nick Salitro due up here in the Blue Sox half. They try to figure things out against Tim Dunphy. Acosta, the extra hitter tonight. Ball 1. Into right field, and it's a foul ball. Acosta entering play, slashing 208, 240, 208, looking for his first extra base hit of the season. 5 hits and 24 at-bats, 3 RBIs, 1 walk to 10 strikeouts. 1-1 the count to Acosta. Outside corner, strike 2. Dunphy is never going to blow it past you with velocity, so you got to stay back on the braking stuff. To the left side, pass with Witkowski into left field for a base hit. So for the first time tonight, the Blue Sox have the leadoff man aboard. And here is Andrew Salima. Salima getting the start at first base tonight. Acosta with a very small lead over there at first. 0-1 the count. Salima slashing 273, 333, 318 the season with 1 double and 5 ribbies. 0-1 the count. Waits this one out, grounds it to the right side. Wow, look at the hurdle by Acosta, but that slowed him down just a bit too much, and that allows Reed to get the 4-6 force. This turf can be tricky. I don't blame him for trying to get up there to try and avoid getting hit with a ball, and that would have been result in him being out anyways, but Salima reaches on the 4-6 fielder's choice. Look at those hops by Acosta. And now it'll be Nick Salitro, the DH. And he takes strike one. So there's a lot of Blue Sox players here facing Dunphy for the first time tonight. So that can work in the Chiefs' favor. 0-2. Salitro made his Blue Sox debut in the last meeting against the Chiefs on the 13th and picked up a hit. It's not against Dunphy. And he goes down swinging on 3 pitches. Second strikeout for Dunphy. And with 2 outs, the lineup turns over for Ernie Little. Little grounded out to first to begin the ball game. Outside for ball 1. Little flares this one down the right field line. That is dropping fast. That's going to get down for a foul ball. Wow. Sammy Steed was the one who made the call. The base umpire was over towards second, and well, Salim's going to have to go back to first. He wanted to get to third in the worst way there. Bloop base hit like that can really open things up for the offense. It could be demoralizing for the defense. Nobody at all is close to it. Not even a Bermuda Triangle situation with 3 defenders converging. It's just too far away from Caulfield and Reed and Parra. And now it results in a grounder to short and a flip to second for the out that retires the side. So Little thought he had a bloop base hit. Instead, he's got a 6-4 fielder's choice to end the inning. The Blue Sox still got a 0 in that run column. 2-0 after 2.5. Don't forget, folks, to subscribe to this here YouTube channel and follow and support the Intercity League and the Lexington Blue Sox on the web, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and, of course, at intercityleaguebaseball.com. So we'll go to the bottom of the third, and it'll be Ryan Noon, Hector Palat, and Joe Bova due up for the Chiefs. Rick DeAngelis talking to a couple of his players right now in front of the Blue Sox dugout. I believe he's talking about, it looks like Ryan O'Rourke and not Alvarez. Is that Sway or who is that talking to? But anyways, I'll say Alvarez in the outfield right now. Ryan Noon to the plate, walked his first time up, was stranded at second. Down low for ball 1, 1-0. The count to Noon. Bangs through 2 innings, has allowed 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, and a diving stop by Ernie Little, but unable to get the throw in time. Would have been a close play, closer with Noon than would be with someone like Parra or Reed, but regardless, it is an infield single. Good effort by Little. I don't think it would have been more than a single anyways, but got to keep it close. And let's see what Hector Palat can do. Struck out swinging his first time up. Aquaman takes ball 1. And it's got an Aquaman comparison by proxy because he's got kind of a similar look to Jorge Alfaro, who's been drawn comparisons to Jason Momoa the last couple of years with the Red Sox, with the Padres, and now the Red Sox. And actually, 2 separate stints with the Red Sox this season. Alfaro started the season with the Red Sox, then got released, went to the Rockies, and now he's back with the Red Sox. Strike 2. 1-2 the count to Palat. Alfaro had some big clutch moments for the Padres last season. Comes to the Red Sox this season. Let's see what Palat can do on 1-2. Able to hold up there on a pitch downstairs. 2-2. I'm always defaulting, pitch in the dirt here, but obviously you got the 3-1. Does it count? Disregard. I was defaulting to pitch in the dirt here. Obviously it's a turf pit around home plate there. And if it wasn't 2 strikes before, it is now, but a second strike. And almost took out Blue Sox player 2, but thankfully hit the facing the dugout first. 3-2 the count with Noon on first, and a swing and a miss with Palat swinging out of his cleats there, trying to send it over to the field on the other side of the rotary here at Maplewood, but 1 down here. And Joe Bova to the plate, walked his first time up in the first. In there for strike 1. If you're a Blue Sox fan, you were hoping and praying that this is what you're going to get from Bangs the rest of his outing. You hope he's settled in at this point. And if you're, here's a flare into left center field. It's carrying, and it's gone! Boy. I mean, I mention it all the time, how short it is. Like it's a Little League park essentially here at Maplewood, but Joe Bova leaves the yard, and it is 4-0 just like that. So maybe Bangs hasn't settled down. It's not blowing particularly hard at all, but remember, 345 down the lines, 335 to dead center. That one to the maybe the shortest power alley in organized baseball. And Witkowski trying to make it hurt even more. Comes up empty for strike 1. So Joe Bova with your quintessential Maplewood home run. 0-2 now to Witkowski. In most parks, that can be, a gap or double, but kind of looked like Maisel had a beat on it initially, and then it just ran out of room way sooner than you do at any other park. As Witkowski comes up empty for strike 3. He and Palat have struck out twice tonight. And I just realized that I know with the way things have been for the Blue Sox this season, it does feel like they're down 445-0, but it is 4-0, 2 down. Here is Nick Valdario, popped up to Salima his first time up, fouls that one off for strike 1. The Blue Sox, looked like Bangs had settled into a groove, but just one mistake to Bova. And he leaves the yard. For Bova, that's his first home run of the season and his 7th and 8th ribbies. Just his 9th game played. One and 2 the count to Valdario, and that's down and away, 2-2. So Bova now has 3 ribbies against the Blue Sox this season. He has 4 this season against the Mad Dogs and 1 against the Bulldogs. Bova walked his first time up, so he stays perfect at the plate against the Blue Sox this season. In there for strike 3 called, and that'll do it for the bottom of the third, but Joe Bova drives in Bova D's runs in the bottom of the third to make it 4-0 Chiefs after 3. So we go to the top of the fourth, and V decide to lead things off for the Blue Sox. Tim Dunphy back out there for inning number 4. Desai takes strike 1. Desai singled in the first, and then got to second on an error as strike 2 as Caulfield tried to flip it to the pitcher covering and airmailed it. You can't really flip it out of play like that, like you could at LHS, but at that point, Desai's getting to second anyways after Caulfield flipped it over Dunphy's head. So it's Desai, Alvarez, and Maisel due up, and if anybody gets on, Pat Casserly is the Blue Sox trying to get rid of that goose egg in the run column. A flare up the middle for a base hit. Good piece of two-strike hitting by Desai. So Desai's 2 for 2 now. There's one lefty in the Blue Sox lineup that can figure him out, but the rest of the lineup needs to, well, lefties and righties alike, need to respond in kind. Alvarez ground out to third his first time up, and even though Maisel struck out after him to end the first, he wanted to get that to the other side to at least get Desai to third, and Desai is way too far off the first base bag, and he is doubled up on a 9-3 double play. So Alvarez trying to go the other way, and I guess Desai assumed that was going to, land in front of par, or at least travel further than it did. Instead, it's a 9-3 double play, and its base is empty, 2 out for Maisel. Grounds it to the left side. Witkowski's got it onto Caulfield. Inning over. On one pitch, Maisel is retired. We're halfway home, and it's 4-0 Chiefs. New pitcher for the Blue Sox, Brahman Rosario. Brahm Rosario, not Brahman, excuse me, Brahm Rosario. Brahm is 23 years old. He's from Cambita, Dominican Republic. He's pitched 2 years in the Pirates organization, the Pittsburgh Pirates organization. That's upstairs for ball one. Aren't throwing lefty. In his 2 years in the minors, 2-4, a 2.36 ERA. As Parr takes up and away 3-0. Pitched 107 innings in those 28 games. Allowed 89 hits, 36 runs, 12 earned, 4 home runs, and allows a 4-pitch walk to Juan Parra. Hit 3 batters, 38 walks, and struck out 101. 101 in a 101 strikeouts, 107 innings, nothing to sneeze at, but Parra welcomes him to the ICL with drawing a 4-pitch walk, and here's Spida. 1.19 whip in those 2 years in the Pirates organization. For Rosario, as that is on the outside corner for strike one. So Parra aboard for the 3rd time tonight after reaching on a wild pitch on strike 3 in the bottom of the 1st and singling in the 2nd. 1-1 the count to Reed. Singled, stole base, and scored in the 1st. Reached on a fielder's choice and stole base in the 2nd. Rosario with a nice curveball, and it's 1-2. Well, that could be a beauty. Brahm Rosario. First name, I misheard Rick saying it. I heard it Brahman, but it's Brahm, B-R-A-H-A-M. It's in the singular of the classical composer Johannes Brahms. Just Brahms, singular. Rosario, R-O-S-A-R-I-O. 2-2 the count to Reed. Rosario comes set. Reach for and fouled off, and ricochets back towards the mound. And Rosario gets a new ball from Sammy Steed. Bottom of the 4th, 4-0 our score. Steve Bangs exiting after 3 innings with 6 strikeouts. 4 runs allowed, 5 hits, and the 2 walks, 3 walks actually, and the backbreaker being Bova's home run in the bottom of the 3rd to drive in 2 more to make it a 4-0 ball game. As that pops away from Auger rather, and into second safely is Parra. 3-2. Pass ball. I think it crossed up Auger there. 3-2 now the count to Reed as the double play is out of order here. Fouls that one off. Keeps the at-bat alive, does Miles Reed. Runner in scoring position. With nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth for the Chiefs. The Blue Sox have had a base runner in every inning. In fact, they've had a hit in every inning so far, but nothing to show for it. They have been victimized by 2 double plays. 6-4-3 to end the second, and a 9-3 after Desai reached to begin to lead off the top of the fourth. 3-2 to Reed from Rosario. Fouled off. So Parra at second after the passed ball. And Reed hoping to drive him in. Little flare down the right field line, but that is going to go foul. So good battle by Reed. Reed's a tough out, I will tell you that much. Chiefs will wear you down with these prolonged at-bats, and you will pay the price later in the game because of it. On the outside corner for strike 3 called, and Reed goes back to the dugout despite the drop third strike. So Rosario with his first Blue Sox strikeout. And now, welcome to the ICL, kid. Here's Teddy Juba. Only one of the greatest hitters in the in the history of the Boston amateur baseball circuit. And remember, Juba hasn't been playing in the ICL for a large portion of his career. He's just still so good. 0-1 as he takes the strike. Teddy was 3 for 3 with 3 singles and a walk. And time is called by the base umpire. And, we have a loose ball here. Come back into the infield. 3 for 3 with a walk on Thursday. Tonight, 0 for 1 with a walk. And in that 0 for 1 produced a RBI. It was a ground out to first that brought home Parra. Juba and Parra, of course, longtime teammates. The Brandies. Now the Chiefs. That's good eye by Teddy to watch that go up and in for ball 1 to even the count. Parra at second. Walking. He's been on base all 3 times. He's 1 for 2. Teddy pops this one foul and out of play for strike 2. Teddy, you never swing at pitches up there. 1 and 2 the count to Juba. And Caulfield on deck. Rosario delivers. Waited on the curveball and fouled it off. Up and in with a fastball, 2-2. And Teddy getting time. Curveball just missed upstairs, and the count is full. Wow. I told you. If you don't know me by now, you'll never know me. Teddy Juba. On-base machine. Joey Votto is who? All right, so infield conference here with LeBro talking to Rosario and Auger. First and second, double play in the realm of possibility here with Caulfield at the plate. RBI single his first time up, and a pop up to second to end the second. His second time up. Trying to maybe put this one out of reach if he can ranch one. Take strike one on the outside corner. Scoreless frame here from Rosario. If he can get that, we'll see if that can inject some energy into the Blue Sox offense as Caulfield fouls that one off and out of play for strike two, 0-2. So here we go again with a two-strike count. Couldn't put away Juba. Obviously, Parr reached on 4 pitches, but finally got Reed after a prolonged battle, but Juba wasn't going to let the rookie off the hook that easily. 0-2 to Caulfield with Parra at second and Juba at first. Curveball on the outside corner, strike 3 called. Whatever Caulfield was looking for, I don't think that was it. So 2 down, 2 aboard. And Ryan Noon will try and pad this lead. Walk at a single to his credit tonight. Fastball in there for strike 1. 0-1. Rosario comes set, looks at second, comes home with it. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. That one disappeared on Noon. Trying to hit it off the face of the U-Haul warehouse beyond right field. Makes me wonder if anyone ever has been able to do that here. I mean, it's only 335 down the line, but it's got to be too far, right? The actual length of the U-Haul building. 1-2. Now I'm just go up and in with a fastball after getting ahead 0-2. Curveball down and away maybe. On the outside corner for strike 3 call with a fastball. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's what Newman was expecting. Something down and away and a little bit of a giddy up. Got there before he could pull the trigger. And 3 strikeouts in the inning to go along with 2 walks, but no hits. And more importantly for the Blue Sox, no runs allowed. Solid first inning of work as a member of the Lexington Blue Sox for Brom Rosario. And it's still 4-0 Chiefs after 4. And we go to the top of the fifth. Feels like it's later, though, but it is the top of the fifth, and it is going to be Casserly, Auger, and LeBreau due up. Casserly 0 for 1 with a ground out to third. Blue Sox, no runs with 4 hits. Tim Dunphy has not walked anyone so far and has also been helped out by 2 double plays. Casserly fouls that one off. First strike 1. Katrina, to answer your question, dear. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily the haze that's really, been impacting me tonight. I think just the fact that it's, so humid. But, yeah, it's unfortunate. Hopefully, now that it's, dark, it's cooling off already. I can feel that, so. Beginning of June, I was live streaming as this is fouled off for strike 2. Beginning of June, I was live streaming a soccer game, in the first, real batch of wildfires. Started affecting everything, and I didn't have to do play-by-play. Just had to, operate the camera and everything. But, given how bad the air quality was that night. Appeal to first, full count. But given the air quality issues that night, probably better that I wasn't doing commentary. So a full count to lead off the top of the fifth for Casserly. And he pops this one up, and Spida's got it for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down, and here is Joe Auger. Singled his first time up. We're still only on we're still only on the second trip through the lineup for the Blue Sox right now. The Chiefs are already about to complete their third. That's what happens when your defense helps you out with a couple of double plays. Fielder's choices along the way to get outs on the bases and, not let the hits and everything rack up. But 2-0 now to Auger. A 9-3 double play after Desai's leadoff single last inning. I mean, Bova's home run made it 4-0. That could be the difference, but the fact that Alvarez popped up there and Desai got doubled off at first, that could have been the beginning of something good for the Blue Sox. Especially considering Desai at that point was 2 for 2. He has 2 of the Blue Sox 4 hits tonight. V. Desai does. It's the only Blue Sox batter who's been in scoring position tonight. Into left center field, and this will be run down by the center fielder Valdario for out number 2. So, Eric LeBreau to the plate. Ground into a 6-4-3 double play his first time up. He needs to get on base here to really ensure the Blue Sox keep the line moving and make a comeback, but he's going to ground it on one pitch to Witkowski, and the side is retired. Through 4.5. Still 4-0 Chiefs. New pitcher for the Blue Sox, Sean Mahan. He will face Palat, Bova, and Witkowski. And Palat fouls that one off for strike one. Mahan, the tall righty, gets Aquaman fishing there, 0-2. And a swing and a miss at a pitch darting away. And Palat wears the hat trick. 1 up, 1 down. Mahan entering play tonight. Well, this is only his second game of the season. Last pitched on June 19th against the Chiefs, inning at third with no runs, hits, or walks allowed, and 1 strikeout. So good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Hector Palat. 1 down in the bottom of the 5th, and here is Joe Bova, who had a Maplewood home run his last time up. Drive to left center field that in most other parks at worst is a gapper double. Here it is a 2-run home run that could prove to be the difference. Even though the Chiefs got what is so far all they needed in the first. Stuff like that can absolutely suck the wind out of your sails for a team like the Blue Sox, who really need this win. And Banks was cruising after that, shaky first. And, heard him talking between innings, he acknowledged he paid the price for the walks in the first. Bova the other way and foul. Like I said, because again, Banks, felt like he was cruising. 1 pitch, and even though he got Witkowski and Valdario after that to end the inning, that doesn't just damage Banks; it can damage the entire team in terms of momentum. But Bova goes around there on a pitch outside, and it is strike 3. 2 up, 2 down, and the Blue Sox have gotten their last 8 outs as a staff by way of the K, and that's on the outside corner for strike 1 to Nate Witkowski, who is also, like Palat, trying to avoid the hat trick. And I'll go to the backstop for ball 1. In the top of the 6th, the Blue Sox have Acosta, Salima, and Salitro due up. Tim Dunphy, no signs of slowing down. Looks like there is some warming for the Chiefs right now, but I don't know if that's just Dunphy getting loose, getting his warm-up tosses ready, get out of the way for the 6th. Some pitchers like Dunphy and Matt Karras and others, when they get in a groove, they turn into, your average, Twitch speed runner. Just get it and go and finish the game as quickly as possible. 1-2, still the count as Witkowski fouls it off. That's a video game reference for all you oldsters out there. Just upstairs, Auger tried to pull it down and frame it, but it is 2-2. That's a skill, by the way, for catchers that might, not be evaluated as much by scouts in the coming years, as that is a strike 3. I kind of in between, but on a swing and a called third strike there. But Witkowski has struck out, and again, now that's 9 straight outs by the Blue Sox pitching staff by way of the K. Obviously, with the home run by Bova and the walks by Parra and Juba in between. But the Blue Sox, the pitching staff has been good when they're on, but, one little, a couple slip-ups will doom you. I mean, go to the top of the 6th. It's still 4-0 Chiefs. Looking at the team batting stats entering play tonight, the Chiefs have drawn the second most walks as a team this season with 75, but they have struck out as a team 123 times. It's third most, behind the Mad Dogs at 136 and the Bulldogs at 130. Through 15 games, the Melrose Americans haven't reached the 100 strikeout threshold as a team. They're at 93 with 10 games to go. The Blue Sox, 8 games to go after this one, and looking at the barrel of being 2 games under 500. This is the last game of the season against the Chiefs. Chiefs already won the season series, so if somehow the Blue Sox were able to go on a huge run and the Chiefs caught the yips and came down to to break a tie for seeding or home field advantage, the Chiefs would have it regardless. The Blue Sox, it's game 17 of the season, 16 of the season. Well, this is game 16. 17, and then 8 more tonight. After this one, this is the last meeting of the season against the Chiefs. The rest of their schedule, it sounds favorable with the exception of maybe having to face the Expos. Who wants to face them, right? How good they've been. As that's strike one to Brian Acosta, 0-1. Acosta singled his first time up, leading off the third. Just low for ball 1-1. Because after this game, the Blue Sox have, as this is ground to the right side, Reed's got it. 1 up, 1 down for Salima. After this game, the Blue Sox have the Americans Tuesday and the Expos Thursday at LHS. Then they're at the Expos Friday at Trum. And then for their final 5 games are at Lexington High. Grounder to the right side. Salima tried to wait out the breaking ball and sets a 1-pitch grounder. 2 down. Games against the Mad Dogs and Americans at LHS on Sunday and Monday of next week. Wednesday, they're at the Expos here at Maplewood. Finish the season with a road game against the Bulldogs at LHS and a home game, home and home against the Bulldogs to close out the regular season, as that's strike one to Solitro. Ball 1, Solitro 0-for-1 with a K. But there's actually one more game the Blue Sox have to make up still. Take that back. They got the Mad Dogs. They have a game against the Mad Dogs on that was rained out on July 10th to make up. A swing and a miss. Solitro goes down on strikes. The Blue Sox down to their final 3 outs, trailing 4-0, and the Chiefs really looking to put the nail in the coffin as we go to the bottom of the 7th, bottom of the 6th rather, where they will have Valdario, Parra, and Reed due up. 9, 1, and 2. It's been Dunphy the whole way so far for the Chiefs, as we got a new arm on the mound for the Blue Sox. Looks like it is Justin Wells, I believe. Yes, it is. Wells is making his first appearance since June 26th against the Bulldogs. No decisions at a 8.41 ERA. Pitched against the Chiefs on June 15th. Went 1 inning, allowed 3 hits, 1 earned run with no walks and 3 strikeouts in an inning and 2 1/3 innings against the Bulldogs. Allowed 5 hits with 3 earned runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. I don't know what it is that the Blue Sox are missing. I'm going to be honest, whatever the Blue Sox are missing, it's not something that can be measured in a stat sheet. It's clearly something within. The intangibles, as they say. Who's going to step up and be a leader when the Blue Sox need it the most? That is the question they have to figure out. Like guys like Julian and Alex and Sway and Matty and Ryan O'Rourke and even, Ryan Hannigan returning to the Blue Sox last week. I mean, nobody's going to be at every game for the Blue Sox just because of the way that this league is and how the way life is. But if, veteran leaders like Matty and Sway and Julian and Alex and so on, if they're not, if they're not at, a given game, step up. You don't have to take a back seat and just watch it go by. Like you can, for the younger guys, they can, take it upon yourself. There's no rule that says you can't, You can't step up and say, hey, this is unacceptable. Let's play. Let's make things difficult for them. Come on. Ball 1 to Nick Valdario. 0 for 2 with a pop up to first and a strikeout looking. 2-0. But to go back to what I was saying about at last inning, when we had that pitch that Auger tried to frame, tried to bring it down to the zone, but Sammy Steed wasn't having it. Then again, Sammy's a pitcher; he would know. For a Hall of Fame Blue Sox pitcher, in fact, it's 3-0. Framing might not be a skill that scouts will look for as much in the near future, with the whole automated balls and strikes system. Saw it on display in the Futures game during All-Star Weekend. That was cool to see. I mean, then again, you can't challenge every ball and every ball call and every strike call. So framing, lined and caught at third. Eric LeBreau. 1 down. Boy, Valdario hit that one on the screws and just has an L5 to show for it. Lamp turns over for Juan Parra. Yeah, I know, Juan. I'm eating my words. Said, he was joking with Parra, before the game, like, can you go 0 for once in your life? I mean, he went 1 for 5. Came close, 1 for 5 last on Thursday, but, that got that one out of the way in his first at-bat. Tonight he's 1 for 2, and he's actually reached base all 3 times. Struck out swinging in the first, but still reached because of the wild pitch, and came around to score, singled in the second, and walked his last time up. Same thing with Teddy. Like, is Teddy incapable of having an 0 for game? Maybe if it's an 0 for 0 with like 4 walks or something. I don't know. Taken all the way for strike. Ball 4. 1 out walk for Parra. And here is Miles Reed. 1 for 3. Singled, stole base, and scored in the first. Reached on fielder's choice and stole base in the second. Struck out looking in the fourth. The line out by Valdario breaks a string of 9 consecutive outs recorded by Blue Sox pitching via the K. Started with Pilat's strikeout in the third, and in between had Bova's home run and the walks by Parr and Juba. But other than that, 9 consecutive outs for the Blue Sox recorded by a strikeout. Reed takes on the outside corner for strike 1. Going back to the topic of of a veteran presence for the Blue Sox, Ryan Hannigan came back to the Blue Sox for the first time 23 years in the game against the Chiefs last week on last Thursday. Played for the Blue Sox in 99-2000 and had a stout 11-year Major League career with the Reds, Rays, Red Sox, and Rockies. 2-1. Bruce Hack texts me a little nugget here that's kind of a tough read for Blue Sox fans. Through 5 innings, Blue Sox pitchers combined have thrown 119 pitches. Through 6 innings, Dunphy has thrown 56. Efficiency is the name of the game. 2-2 the count. To Reed. Fun fact about Ryan Hannigan, by the way, as Reed takes ball 3, 3-2. Hannigan caught no-hitters, 2 no-hitters from Homer Bailey during his time with the Reds. Those no-hitters by Bailey, by the way, were consecutive no-hitters in baseball's lineage of no-hitters. Not playing arena baseball last, so not an out there. Reed again, 119 pitches through 5 innings by Blue Sox pitchers. Reed himself has driven up that pitch count quite a bit. But the Bailey to Hannigan no-hitters were not only consecutive no-hitters in baseball history, they were the first they were the first battery since Fran Healy and Steve Busby of the 1973 and 1974 Kansas City Royals to throw no-hitters in consecutive seasons. Grounder, comebacker to the mound. To the shortstop for 1, on to first, safe. Parr retired on the 1-6. Fielder's choice, 2 down for Teddy Juba. Juba 0 for 1. RBI ground out to first in the first and then walks in the second and fourth. Reed aboard for the third time tonight and the second time by way of a fielder's choice. As that's low, throw to first, it's bobbled, and Reed gets back safely. 1-0. Auger is not shy about trying to catch runners napping, drifting off of first. So in the top of the 7th, the Blue Sox are going to have the top 3 hitters of their order due up. Little, Desai, and Alvarez. Upstairs for ball 2 to Teddy. Teddy's last at bat. They're tough pitches that he had to lay off. These first 2, though, pretty easy takes. on the outside corner, 2-1. Wells in the count now. Fouled into the screen, and it will be 2-2. So Mahan strikes out the side. Perfect bottom of the fifth. To the backstop. Didn't hit Teddy, but he gets out of the way and up to second on the wild pitch. Goes Reed, and I'm sure Teddy will be looking for revenge here after that brushback, and see if he'll can knock one up the box and bring home run number 5 for the Chiefs with 3-2 and 2 out in the 6th. Grounder to the right side, Little on to Salima for the out that retires the side. So the Blue Sox have actually held the Chiefs hitless since Bova's home run, but it does not matter because we're going to the top of the 7th, and the Chiefs are going to close this one out. 56 pitches through 6 innings for Tim Dunphy. And with a couple of righties due up here in the top of the 7th, the Chiefs are going to bring in a new noodle. Who we got, Anthony Perry? Soli, gotcha. So, Paul Frisoli is actually going to make his season debut for the Chiefs here. Not a save situation. Frisoli's ICL career dates back to 2015 with the Arlington Trojans, played 2016 with the Charlestown Townies of the Yawkey League as well as the Trojans. Played 2021 with the Alabrandies and also with the EI Braves of the Park League. Here he is with the Chiefs. Last year for the Chiefs, Frisoli pitched in 5 games and was 1-1 with a 2.71 ERA in 10 1/3 innings, allowed 9 hits, 8 runs, 4 of which are earned, walked 7, and struck out 17. He pitched in 1 game against the Blue Sox last year. That was on July 19th. Took the loss, went 2 innings, allowed 6 hits, 6 runs, only 2 of which were earned, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. Can the Blue Sox lay the hurt on Frisoli here like they did almost a year ago today? A year minus 2 days ago today. The Blue Sox roughed up Frisoli as Little's going to try and butt his way on it for Frisoli. PFP, 1 down. Sounds like the right idea. I guess a righty trying to bunt that way. I think he might really fall off to the right side, but Frisoli, cat-like reflexes. Here's V. Desai. Only Blue Sox with multiple hits tonight. The Blue Sox have been retired 8 in a row since Desai's hit. His single leading off the fourth. 1-1 the count. Blue Sox have not been shut out yet this season, but for Soli, trying to ensure that happens. It's caught up in the wind. There's going to the Bermuda Triangle in left, and it is caught in left field for out number 2 by Bova. And Julian Alvarez, the last hope for the Blue Sox. Desai retired for the first time tonight. Speaking of anniversaries, happy 13th wedding anniversary to my sister Caitlin and my brother-in-law Amode. Unfortunately, Caitlin is undergoing treatment for breast cancer for the second time. And Caitlin, I know you're going to fight through this just like you did the first time. And when it's time to party, we will party hard. 1-0 to Jules. Gets out of the way of that breaking ball, but it gets in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. Alvarez ground out to third in a 9-3 double play. And in terms of Blue Sox anniversaries, the anniversary was Saturday, but happy 8th anniversary to me speaking Ross Curley's first ICL home run into existence in a game at Morelli Field, and mentioned that he had not hit a home run in his Blue Sox career. The very next pitch, deep to left and gone for his first career home run. That was a game against the Americans, and Ross owes me a steak dinner for that to this day. I'm going to collect interest on that, Ross. Alvarez swings and misses, and the ball game is over. Blue Sox certainly could have used a home run in that situation right there, just to get something going offensively. The Blue Sox are held to are shut out for the first time this season on a 4-hitter, combined with 6 innings by Tim Dunphy and a perfect top of the 7th. No save, though, for Paul Frisoli. Tim Dunphy gets the win in a game that took 1 hour and 49 minutes. He is 4-2. Steve Bangs takes the L. He is now 3-1. And no runs, 4 hits, no errors, and just 2 left, actually, for the Blue Sox. And for the Chiefs, 4 runs on 5 hits. They did not have a hit after Bova's home run. 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, and 5, 6, 8 left. This game could have been way more lopsided than it was, but not as close as the final score indicated, as they say. So the Blue Sox lose their second consecutive game. They are now 7-9 with 9 games to play, and they gotta put together a winning streak, and fast. No two ways about it. Chiefs are 14-5 now. They are now in first place in the ICL, pending the Expos next game. Expos are in action tomorrow night here at Maplewood. They'll be taking on the Malden Mad Dogs. Expos still in first by winning percentage, anyways, but by points, the Chiefs now have 28. And the Blue Sox stuck at 14.7-9 now, and need to put it together quick. Americans and the Blue Sox tomorrow night. The Blue Sox get it together. Can they unlock what is the potential that is clear is inside this team, but just not executed? I put it together consecutively. It's just frustrating when you know this team can respond and has responded, but can't keep the ball rolling in that regard. To be continued tomorrow night at Lexington High, 8 o'clock first pitch here on the Blue Sox Baseball Network. It'll be Blue Sox hosting the Melrose Americans. Thanks for watching this presentation of the Lexington Blue Sox Baseball Network here on YouTube. Don't forget to follow and support the Blue Sox on the Intercity League at intercityleaguebaseball.com and on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And don't forget to subscribe to this here YouTube channel. Once again, the final score from Maplewood Field at Malden Catholic High School in Malden, Mass. is the Andre Chiefs 4 and Lexington Blue Sox nothing. For all my righty friends here at Malden Catholic